Are you not worried it's going to go?
If it does, it does.
3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year!
Anticlimactic, just like 2020.
Cheers! I love you.
Hey everyone, Happy New Year. We made it.
Happy New
It's officially
Year.
2021. We thought we would revive our New Year videos.
There's a lot of cool stuff coming out for us in 2015, but before that happens, I wanted to introduce everyone to this lovely human being right here.
You're almost done with yours.
It's wine, you drink it. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. This is the first video of the year, so I just gotta make sure we look on fleek.
Hello everybody!
Happy New Year!
Cheers!
It's a nice way to take a trip down memory lane.
And it's good to reflect on, regardless of how crazy 2020's been, it's good to reflect on the things that you did do, the things that went well, didn't go well, and lessons you can learn going into the next year. I think there's a lot of lessons
There was
to learn
plenty
from
of
2020.
life lessons to learn from 2020.
So it's good to just talk it through and reminisce. We used to do a set of questions that we would talk through, and we're gonna use the exact same set of questions that we asked.
Keeping with tradition.
Granted, it's 2020, so like nothing was great.
Well, that's not true.
A couple of things.
That's not true.
The first question is, what was your favorite memory from 2020?
I think my favorite memory is the obvious. That's The Amazing Race finally airing. Like, we had waited 2 years, we kept that secret in, and to finally relive it and talk about it with family and friends and hear their thoughts throughout the season, that was just definitely a highlight. And it was a great way, in my opinion, to really end 2020, because it started off pretty rough.
Honestly, that's probably my highlight. My favorite memory is reliving it with not only you, but also the cast, and then also our families, for them to see it for the first time. Was very fun, and to hear people's reactions, regardless if they were positive or negative, was still fun to...
It's all part of the experience.
Yeah, it was just fun to watch and to relive together. It had been 2 years since we had done it.
So favorite memory? The Amazing Race. I'll drink to that. Season 32.
This is really good.
One word to describe 2020.
What? Like W-U-T? What?
I would say the word to describe 2020 would be adjustment. In every aspect of your life. I think all of us really had to adjust our lives. And it was a huge adjustment, from being able to go out and socialize with loved ones, to go out and have dinner, to go to the movies. Like, all of that completely took a standstill.
Yeah.
And that's a huge adjustment. But in that process, adjustment comes time for reflection. It comes time for change. And I think no matter how you look at it, there are some positives in that word of adjustment.
Yeah. Yeah. I think when the year started off with the fires in Australia, it kind of like set the tone for things to just progressively hit the fan as you would go. And I think after every single major global event or our small lives of being on The Amazing Race, we had to adjust
A lot.
so much to meet the moment and try and overcome any situation that was presented to us. Losing jobs, working remotely, all kinds of
Changing our
different
wedding
things.
date.
All kinds of different things
Adjustment.
have happened in this year. So I guess that's a good word, adjustment. If you could look forward to 2021, what would be the word you want to describe 2021?
I don't know if it's a word that I want to describe 2021, but I think if there's anything we can learn going into 2021, it's perspective. I think that's the word I would say. It's all about how you look at things. Perspective is so important, and that can really make or break your mental state, your emotional state. And yeah, being at home really sucked a lot of the times, but the perspective on that was I got to be at home and we got to spend a lot more time together. We got to spend a lot more time with our dog. We got a lot more done around the house. Like, I want to continue going into 2021 with perspective, like a renewed outlook.
My word for 2021 would be grateful. I want it to kind of be just the year of just always reminding yourself of how much you have and how like little you need. Like you said, for us, being together a lot over the past 10 months has been great. We've also learned a lot and worked through a lot of things as a couple. We have our dog who is super needy right now because we're always home, and then working from home and just being in each other's presence 24/7. At times is hard, but I feel like last night I was laying in bed and I was like, I'm so grateful that we're just being able to spend all of this time together. We watch movies, we watch TV shows, we go on walks. Like, we're always
together,
trying to do something where we're together. And so looking forward to 2021, it's like, be grateful for every single thing, every moment, every experience, every interaction with another human.
Yeah, value those relationships.
Even
oh my gosh.
like anytime you see somebody else, like, be grateful that you're able to talk or see each other or hug or socially distance, say hello. Just being grateful for every moment.
I love that. Cheers to
perspective,
gratitude. Travel plans for 2021. I mean, I think that's one of those things you have to take with a grain of salt.
Anywhere.
We had a lot of travel plans for 2020 that didn't pan out.
Yeah.
And I think we're eager to have those new adventures in 2021. The one that's for sure, like, on the calendar, fingers crossed, COVID willing, is Bali.
Yeah.
Group trip.
Yeah, we're excited.
So excited
really
for that.
excited.
But the moment, like, things can start picking up with travel again and there's, like, a safe way to go about it, and I feel like we're going to be off and running.
I think we'd really like to do something with our families, a trip with our families. Yeah. Especially if we can make it happen before our wedding, just to spend that quality time together, since we didn't go home for the holidays.
No.
I didn't see our families a lot this year. I think that's something that we would like to do. Other than that, travel anywhere, even if it's like to a house in the middle of California or in the middle of the US, wherever we can go, when it is safe and when we were able. I think getting out of our four walls would be ideal. So travel, even if it's local or international, I will be very grateful for any opportunities.
Yeah. A bad habit you want to change in 2021.
To be honest, working from home is wonderful, but also there's lots of pros and cons. And I think one thing that I've gotten into the habit of is waking up and staying in my pajamas and not, like, getting into work brain. As much as you want to think like, oh, I can be comfortable at work, I think there's a shift in your brain when you actually get ready and put your mind in the mindset of, I'm dressed and ready to go, I'm at work, and you kind of remove yourself from your home environment. So I would really like to put more energy and effort into waking up, starting my day as if I was leaving the house to then go to work, because I think it would help my brain a lot more of, like, no, my bed is not right next to me and I can't go lay down whenever I want to, even though I really want to at all times.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
My habit would be scrolling. I think because
Doomsday scrolling.
At doomsday scrolling, I'm so guilty of it, especially since the race started airing. But I do think scrolling in general. I mean, I've been home. I've been unemployed since March. Yikes. That I found myself always gravitating to my devices and scrolling and seeing what everyone else was doing, even though we were all doing the same thing, staying at home. Well, most of us were. And it's got to be scrolling, because I do think there's some negative impact that it has on you, and I'm aware of that, and I continue to put myself in that situation. So I hope to change scrolling habits. What's a change in your home you'd like to see in 2021? I think the biggest change is just to have our own place.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I think we're ready for that next step. We've lived together, we've lived with roommates, we've had wonderful roommates throughout the years, but we're ready for that next step in our lives together to get our own place.
It's weird because we were hoping to have our own place in 2020, because we were supposed to get married in October of this year, of 2020. And now that the pandemic happened and we've been stuck at home and we're saving money and trying to do as much as we can, going into 2021, it's the same goal of trying to get our own space, because hopefully, COVID willing, we will have our wedding in 2021. And I don't personally want to be married and living with roommates, as lovely as they all are. I love all of our roommates that we've always had. It definitely would not be great to start our married life as a roommate situation. So we're really looking to hopefully move out and have our own space, which I'm really excited about.
Our change would be our home in general. And that'll come eventually. What is the color of 2021? I like that we do this because it's so random, and who knew that there was ever like a color of the year, but there is.
So I really liked the color going into 2017, and it wasn't technically a color, it was greenery.
Oh, that's right.
It was like plants and stuff, and I honestly feel like 2020 has been a lot of greenery. I feel like people have been buying plants and talking to their
Talking
plants.
to their plants.
But the colors for 2021 are Illuminating, which is this really soft yellow that I like a lot. And the other one is Ultimate Gray, which they talk about it as being like a grounding color. It's actually very pleasant.
I think we could all use a little bit of
Little
illuminating
pleasant,
and
a little gray and a little
ultimate
yellow.
gray in our lives.
So that's the colors of the year for you.
So if you're going to design or change things up in your living space, think of ultimate gray and illuminating.
Yeah.
What is your resolution for 2021? I don't think I want to go into this year with a resolution. With how this year has panned out, you just kind of have to roll with the punches. And I think a lot of times when you put a lot of expectation on yourself and it doesn't go the way you want, you kind of backpedal and you get into this headspace that's not productive. And so I am just going to not have a resolution and choose to be hopeful of what's to come.
That's kind of a resolution. Be hopeful for what's to come, and
Sure.
I like it.
It's, yeah. Cool. Okay.
Mine kind of goes along with the one word to describe 2021, and that's gratitude. Every moment, even when we saw our parents in December for the finale of the race, like just being grateful that we're actually able to be together. Any moment that we had in 2020 with other humans, we were always very safe, but you just are way more intentional with your conversations and seeing others and being just thankful that you're able to see somebody else. So gratitude is one and intentional is the other.
Yeah.
So always doing everything with intention and being present in the moment.
I like those.
Thank you.
Overall, when I look back on 2020, sure, there was a lot of highs and a lot of lows. But I am very appreciative of a lot of the relationships that I was able to reconnect with. There were so many friends in my life who, you know, we can go months without speaking with each other and pick up right where we left off. But because of how the year played out, we talked a lot more than we used to. Whether it was once a week, once a month, like it was just more frequent. And so I hope to continue that going into 21 is keeping up with those relationships. And who knew, like FaceTime, Zooming, like we did it so much more frequently than we ever have before with people. And I just think it is reaffirming that it's so easy to stay in touch and connect with those that you love.
Yeah. I mean, looking back at 2020, like the world needs a lot of healing and a lot of peace.
That could be a really good word for 2021.
I like
Healing.
that word. Maybe not for my personal life.
No, I'm just saying in general. Like,
yes,
the world
needs healing.
The word for the world is healing.
Yeah, I think that looking at where things are in the state of the world and different countries, especially the US, like I think everyone is just looking forward, even though it's just like another day going from December 31st to January 1st and on it's just another day. But the mindset of transitioning from a really, really hard year for a lot of people in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
To the mindset of, okay, a new 365 days are upon us. We can look forward to what's to come and be hopeful. I think it kind of is like a rollover of everything that I wanted to do in 2020 when I looked back on when it started can kind of restart regardless of what's going on. I think our brains just needed a reset to kind of look from a fresh perspective going into a new year.
There's that word,
Perspective, yes. I think people, especially us, need to or have learned that the little moments and the little things that happen in your daily life, whether that be a fantastic walk with your dog or a really good Zoom call with your friends who live on the other coast or like a fun FaceTime with your family, like it's not like a massive moment. It's not like a marriage or a proposal or a baby being born or all of these crazy life events. It's those small moments in life that are just as impactful and positive and really great that you need to be just as thankful for as the big moments, because the big moments didn't really get to happen for a lot of people this year. And so I think it taught us to be very appreciative of every single small, minute, pequeño moment in our lives. 2020, here we come.
No, 2021.
Oh.
I don't want to go back to 2020. I'm all about moving forward.
Move forward.
And heal.
Heal the world.
Cheers, babe. Cheers to
Vaccines. Cheers to
science.
Here's to a new administration.
Cheers to adventures.
Oh my
Dreams
God.
coming true. Cheers to love.
Cheers to getting married.
I was going to say, eventually. We'll find a date eventually.
It'll happen.
And, cheers to all of you. Thank you for your continued love and support. We send that back to you. We love connecting and engaging with all of you. And I look forward to more of that in the new year.
Yeah. I hope that your New Year celebrations were fantastic and that your 2021 is even better than this crazy 2020 and that you're filled with lots of love and happiness.
Cheers.
Mwah. Bye, everyone.